guys. 7 signs God is preparing you for marriage. I know a lot of y'all are wondering how God is showing me that I'm ready for marriage, right? Because some of y'all want to get married and stuff like that. So, first of all, y'all hit that like button, y'all hit that share button, y'all hit that subscribe button. Also, too, man, donate. Don't hate, guys. All right, so we're finna get into it, guys. These are the signs that God is preparing you for marriage. Excuse me. God is first in y'all relationship. God got to be first in y'all relationship. Let's say if y'all boyfriend and girlfriend, right? God, he has to be first in the relationship in order for God to prepare y'all for marriage. Because if y'all not like minded, if y'all not believing in God, right, and you got a carnal minded person in a relationship that don't believe in God, and that has not accepted God, right? That's not wanting God to save them, right? They have not given life to God, right? But you have. Most likely, you're gonna have problems out of that person. You know what I'm saying? Because they have a carnal mindset and a carnal way of thinking about life, and you have a spiritual thinking about life, right? So 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be dealing with different stuff that that's negative. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in the carnal mindset, the negative minds is a lot of insecurities comes with the carnal mindset. But when when you got God mindset, right? You allow God to come in your life and uh, work His energy in your life, and you allow God to lead you, right? You have you in a more positive mindset about life, and it's about God. Marriage is spiritual, right? And you don't look at it from a carnal minded perspective. You take it serious, and if you're in a relationship with somebody that's not in that mindset, y'all gonna have differences, and then it's gonna fall apart because y'all not like minded in God, right? Y'all not that person not in God, but you are in God. So y'all both gotta put God first. When y'all both putting God first, this is a sign that God's preparing you for marriage, man. All right. Number two, you ready to obey God. You gotta be ready to obey God's commandments. The law of God. When it comes down to marriage, for better or for worse, you know what I'm saying? Meaning, if things is happening in the relationship, your partner gets sick or you get sick or whatever the case is, the relationship can't be just all about just money. I know we need money. I know that money is very very important in a relationship, guys. Right? Because the Bible says the little bit of money answers all things. Right? If I quote that right. But you guys gotta understand, man, that you gotta be ready to obey God. You know what I'm saying? Your partner gets sick, you gotta understand that. You get sick, your partner gotta understand that. And you got in order for the relationship to work, right? The marriage to work, right? You gotta obey God. You know what I'm saying? You gotta obey what's in that Bible. It's telling you for better or for worse. And a lot of people they get married for the wrong reasons. A lot of people get married for a title. Nowadays, guys, in this generation, a lot of people are getting married because of a title, because they want to post something online, or they want to show other people that they married. They want to show other people that they special, right? When really they're not special. In a relationship, they're a demon, right? They're just trying to hide it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people they only put what's positive on social media, right? They don't want to put what's negative that's going on in their life because they don't want to be exposed, right? They don't want to show you. They only show you the ups when they up. They don't want to show you when they down. They don't want to show you when they going through stuff in marriages and relationships and stuff like that, right? But you got to be ready to obey God when God's preparing you for marriage. And a lot of people they're not, but when you ready to obey God, this is a sign that you are ready for marriage. You gotta obey God's laws, commandments, man. All right. Number three, guys, you put away childish ways. This is a sign that God's preparing you for marriage. When you put away your childish ways, you're not being sneaky. What do they call it? Sneaky link. You're not, or if I said that right, you're not sneaking around, messing with other people no more. You're not being childish. You're not going from relationship to relationship. You're not, you're not being immature. You're not doing evil for evil. You know what I'm saying? You mature now. A lot of people, they not, when you are mature, when you ready for marriage, God gonna let you know. You gonna put away your child's ways. The old man, the old woman gonna be put to death, and then behold, all things to become new, right? Because you giving your life to God. And the only way you can put away your child's ways is when you give your life to God. You cannot put away your child's ways by not giving your life to God. It just don't work like that. It's not gonna happen, guys. All right. But when you are ready to put away your childish ways, you know what I'm saying? You had your fun. You know what I'm saying? You did what you wanted to do, all that type of stuff, right? Now you ready for marriage. Now, you ready for a genuine connection with somebody. This is a sign that God's preparing you for marriage. All right, guys. Number 4, guys. You forgive. No, excuse me, guys. You forgave yourself in exes, guys. When you have forgave yourself and you have forgave your exes, this is a sign that God's preparing you for marriage. A lot of people, they have not forgiven themselves. A lot of people, they have not forgiven their exes, right? So they come in relationships with a lot of unforgiveness. They come in a relationship with a lot of anger, right? They come in a relationship with a lot of insecurities, and that's not the godly mindset, right? You got to forgive yourself because God forgave you. If God forgive us, and God forgives us over, He said He'll forgive us over 100 times a day, right? For, if I quote that right, for the sins that we have committed, right? So you guys got to understand that you got to forgive yourself, and you got to forgive your exes in order for God, in order for God to prepare you for marriage. You know what I'm saying? And that's like one of the most hardest spots for a lot of people. A lot of y'all have not forgiven yourselves. This is why y'all can't forgive y'all exes. This is why y'all keep bringing up y'all exes in your relationships and all that type of stuff, because you haven't forgave them. You know what I'm saying? And it all comes down to you have not forgiven yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you forgive yourself, and when you get God in your life, you'll be able to forgive yourself and your exes, because you know for a fact that God, He forgives you. He forgave you for all the sin that you have committed, right? All right, guys. This is another sign that God's preparing you for marriage, guys. You heal from unhealthy relationships. God, you got to heal from unhealthy relationships. This is what causes marriages to fall apart. This is what causes marriages to decay. This is what causes drama, chaos, division. You know what I'm saying? Envy. All this type of stuff, guys. When you have not healed from your past traumas, guys, it sets you back. It sets you back. Some people, they can't even do a relationship no more because they just can't heal from their past traumas. You know what I'm saying? They can't heal from them unhealthy relationships that they experienced in the past. They can't get over them. You know what I'm saying? And you can't get over them because you don't got God in your life. You can't get over them because you got your way of thinking. You got the carnal-minded way of thinking. You don't have the spiritual-minded way of thinking, right? You're not allowing God to work His energy in your life. You got to allow God to work His energy in your life. You got to let God take over your mindset. Because by you not healing and you not doing the shadow work, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna cause a setback. It's gonna cause a lot of problems in your marriage, right? And in marriages, this is what in a lot of marriages, guys. You can't heal from your past relationship, so you come in a relationship with a whole bunch of baggage, and you take it out on your partner, accusing your partner of stuff that they're not even doing sometimes, right? Assuming negative stuff because of what people have done to you in the past. That's not God. That's not God, right? That's not the devil. That's your setback, guys. So you got to heal from your past traumas. You got to do the shadow work in order for God to prepare you for marriage, guys. All right, guys? Number 6, guys, you trust your partner. This is a sign that God's preparing you for marriage. When you start to trust your partner and you realize, you know what? Excuse me. This person is in God. I believe that this person really, really loves me. I believe that this person really allowing God to lead them. I believe this person is really obeying God, because you know that you obeying God. See, you and your significant other, y'all got to be on one accord. You got to be on one accord when it comes down to God. You really have to be. No, you can't be doing one thing. You can't be saying one thing and doing something totally different. You can't serve the devil. You can't serve the devil and God. You can't serve two masters. You can't be living in sin. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping around, sneaking around, doing all this type of stuff. When God preparing you for marriage, because the devil, he's not preparing you for marriage. The devil is about to end your marriage. It's just your carnal minded way of thinking that you're ready for marriage, but really you're not. You still want to do you, right? You still haven't got out. You know, the 304, you haven't got it out of you, out of your system. That 304 in you, you haven't got it out of you. That's the devil, man, all right? But when you have got it out of you, right, and you trust your partner, you're not just coming up with stuff, framing your partner, stuff that you don't even see them doing, or you don't even have proof of. You just got this feeling because of the devil, right? This is something that God's preparing for marriage. You gotta trust your partner, guys, in the marriage. I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear this, man. A lot of people, they still don't trust their partner in marriage. You know how many people, in marriages still looking through each other's phone, all this type of stuff, trying to catch each other doing wrong? That means that you don't trust your partner. So why you with them? Why you with a person that you don't trust? That mean that person not for you. That and deep down you thinking that person ain't for you either, because you won't have to look in their phone. You won't have to scout them out and do all this detective work, right? When it comes down to your partner. But if you're doing detective work, you know what I'm saying, you being a spy, you being a scout and all this type of stuff, that mean that God ain't ready for you. God ain't preparing you for marriage. But if you stop doing, you not doing that type of stuff, you truly trust your partner, and you realize like this person, they're not gonna do me wrong, right? Of course, things happen in relationships, right? But they're not gonna cheat on you and all this type of stuff, right? You truly believe that and all that. This is a sign that God's preparing you for marriage. But you got like I said, you gotta believe that, right? All right, guys, you gotta clear up them insecurities. You gotta trust your partner, because why would you want to be with somebody that you don't even trust, right? It's like, why would you want to serve a God that you don't even trust, right? That don't even make sense. So if y'all both serving the same God, if you trust God, you gotta trust your partner too. It all connects, right? It all go together. All right. Last but not least, guys, number 7, you have patience and understanding. This is something that God's preparing for marriage. When you have patience, when you develop patience, when you develop understanding of your partner, you're not just listening to you. You're not just hearing your partner. You listening to him. You think it's all about your side. You're not even listening to your partner when your partner talk, right? You don't have no patience for your partner. That means that God ain't preparing you for marriage. But if you got patience now, right, through sickness, you know what I'm saying, through ups and downs, sometimes y'all arguing all that type of stuff in a relationship. If you have this type of patience, this is something that God is preparing you for marriage. I'm not saying marriage is supposed to be perfect, because no marriage is perfect. You know what I'm saying? My mom and dad, they married, right? No marriage is perfect. I know that for a fact. No relationship is perfect. I know that for a fact. If you have patience for your partner, if you have understanding of your partner, you truly understand your partner, this is a sign that God's prepared for marriage. Well, a lot of times people, like I said, they get married for the wrong reasons. A lot of times y'all get married because, they good in the bedroom. They gave you that one night stand. They gave you that good pleasure, right? Of that one night stand, they gave you that real good pleasure. I'm not saying it's a one night stand. I'm gonna reiterate that. They gave that real pleasure when y'all was dating, right? Now you think that's the person that's for you. You know what I'm saying? That's because of they hit it right? They kept your body in heat, right? You think y'all ready, right? It can't be all just about that. It can't be all just about pleasure. It gotta be about understanding, patience, and communication. You gotta communicate with your partner. You gotta be ready for communication. You gotta be ready for patience. You gotta be ready for God. And you got to be ready for understanding, and you got to heal from your past traumas. You got to be ready for all that, guys. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys got something up out of this. But these are signs that you are ready for marriage if, you know what I'm saying, you're ready for all this. If you're not ready for it, then don't rush it. Don't try to rush to get married. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to rush to get married if you're not ready for it, right? But you don't want to dwell in sin either, right? Okay? So, hope you guys got something up out of this. I hope that it helps you out in some sort of way. I hope that it encouraged you. You know what I'm saying? I hope it gave you a mindset of what marriage is required. It requires God. You got to have God in your marriage. It can't be just about you. It can't be about you, guys. You got to have God in your marriage. All right? And you got to put away your childish ways, too. So hope you guys got somebody's live stream of this video. I hope that encouraged you in some sort of way. It's Coleman.